All right, you know what it is. This was going to be about the Sureno'S and the GD car. The Sureno'S and the GD car, how everything crashed, so you understand what goes on in the penitentiary. All right? All right, so this what it is, man. This unique Mecca audio, man. I'm here. I ain't really been feeling like this because I don't think y'all don't understand and don't respect the game and the hustle. You know what I mean? So I've been doing other things that occupy my time because, like I said, the game is to be sold, not told. Now, this one's about the Sureno'S and the GDs. You know what I mean? Tell me where else you going to get these type of stories. Now, the Sureno'S and the GDs. Now, the Sureno'S is not allowed to talk to anybody black or deal with blacks in any form. They can't buy drugs from black, can't buy food from blacks, definitely can't eat behind with a black. You understand? They can't drink wine, can't do none of that with a black person. So you understand. You know what I mean? Blacks is off limits to Sureno'S. Some people call that racist. I'm going to let y'all decide that. I got along with the Sureno'S. It was no problem. Like I said, I was in 80X Supermax with Champ. Rest in peace to Champ, you know, one of the founders of the MA. Now, you know, behind me, meeting him, doing the struggle, and, you know, then I was in Lewisburg with some Texas syndicates, and, you know, they was beefing. It was a whole lot of things going on, I got to tell y'all, but I don't even know if it's even worth it. You know what I mean? Because we get lost. Like, let me ride a little bit. Now, I had somebody put in my comment, I don't call out names because I understand that a lot of people don't know what they're doing or what they're saying. Somebody put in the comments that they respect Tekashi 6ix9ine more than me. You know what I mean? I found that hilarious, but I got to give him a gunshot for even talking stupid. So I put back in the response to the comment, would you feel the same way if Tekashi 6ix9ine told on you and I didn't? Who would you respect then? Everybody got all this, you know, they harbor the rats and the snitches, you know, because like my man Antoine White said, they didn't tell on them. And you know what I mean? But, you know, and I don't think you got to do nothing illegal for them to tell on you, because they could just throw your name in the pot, and before you know it, you wrapped up in something you don't know about, and you wind up in the penitentiary. But now, you know, let me ride back off of that. Dude, you sound like a clown. But no disrespect, you keep respecting Tekashi 6ix9ine, and, you know, pray somebody send you a care package when you wind up in the penitentiary. But now, the Sureno'S ain't allowed to talk to no blacks. You know what I mean? But, you know, they're not going to openly tell their people in front of the blacks, oh, you know you can't talk to that black. So when they get them in the cell or get them one-on-one, then they're going to give them what they call a DP. You know what I mean? They're going to punish them, you know? Now, they allow, you know, certain places, certain Sureno'S, they allow, you know, their people to at least talk to the blacks, to be cordial. But now, it was this GD dude that was hanging out with a Sureno'S. Every day he with him. You know what I mean? Wherever one is, the other one is at. You know what I mean? But they always just talking in public. But then, you know, come to find out, you know, they were so cool that they started making money together. They started, you know, selling drugs together. They started doing all types of stuff together. You know what I mean? Not no he cipher, monkey cipher stuff. I'm talking about just penitentiary trying to pass time, because they're not allowed to drink wine with them, like I said. You know, they're definitely not allowed to get high with them, and they're most definitely not allowed to be in a room with the door locked with them, period. You understand what I'm saying? Now, all this was going on except for, you know, the door locked. As far as dude in the cell, you know, they smoking a cigarette together, you know, They smoking weed together, they getting dope together, they getting high together, they doing all of this. You understand? But they make sure when they do it, there's nobody around and no one is going to walk past the door to see what's going on, because they already know that that's a big violation on the Sereno. The blacks, the GDs, all of us, we're not into that type of, not that type of time. You know what I mean? Get money with who you need to get money with, but just make sure that they don't violate you or violate the car. But as they going on, they getting high together, they doing their thing. And, they start playing gambling tickets together. That's where, they betting on teams, putting in 5 picks, and they doing everything under the sun together, But then all hell breaks loose, Now, the Sereno would get would get the dope, call the GD, yo, I got some dope. They going to sell. They sniff the dope together, shoot the dope, whatever they doing together. You understand what I'm saying? And then now, they go out. Then next, the GD will come and say, yo, I got something. Come on, give me 5 books so I can put it with my 10 books and we do something. And they mix it and match it, And the Sereno spoke English real good, so they watched a lot of the same TV programs. Like I said, you see the rail up here? The rail up there and all the way in the back where my thumb is pointing at, that's where the TV would be at, And while they got the TV over there, the blacks would take their chairs out and put it along that rail, and would look through those bars at the TV in the back where the yellow's at, and the Serenos would be down on the flats in front of their TV. And then the blacks had a TV over here. If the Serenos wanted to watch it, the Serenos had to put their chairs on the top and look through the back. That's how powerful this racism is, and this separation and division is in the prison, So now, while this is going on, the administration allowed this, which is crazy. But, it helps them to keep the jail in order, because if they allowed everybody to just mix and watch the same TV, they wouldn't know who to grab if something went down or something happened. So now we all up in the joint, and the blacks up there watching TV, and the Sereno he cool with, he down there in the flats, and he might even go upstairs and stand up on the rail while his man watching the TV, because he's allowed to stand on the rail and watch, the Sereno TV with him or whatever. But the black is not allowed down on the flats, as we call it, to watch the TV with the Serenos. We're not even allowed to look at the Serenos TV. We're not allowed to look at the white TV. And the Serenos and the whites is not allowed to look at the black TV, which we usually call it the BT TV, because that's what's on all day. In the penitentiary, right? You young boys watching it, if y'all want to go to prison to, go experience this, I'm going to give you a little quick what it's going to be like. So now, you got dudes that sit in front of the TV all day watching BT just so they could see the women. We don't get no other chance to see pretty young black women other than watching BT TV. So you'll get the Serenos that, they love the girls with the booty shaking and all that going on. So the Serenos will crowd around the TV, from the top tier, looking down at the black TV, and they're lost off our women, but yet they're not to deal with the men. Is that crazy? Like a dude called me. A dude called me today from Compton, and he was filling me in on some things going on out there in the state prison that, what he said, so don't hold me responsible. Any Serenos out there watching this, West Coast or wherever, any Serenos or Spanish gang members watching this, call me at the number that's on the screen, 917-680-9091. I want to bring you on here to defend this, because the brother is telling me that the Serenos is extremely racist now and all this is going on. I don't know. I'm not going to give my opinion on that, because I had no issues with him. Like I said, I dealt with him in all aspects. You understand what I'm saying? So now we're sitting there and they that comfortable that they doing their thing together. But come to find out, what happens is, dude turns around and promised, he took some money from, the Sereno. The Sereno, the Sereno loaned him some money. That's where it went. The Sereno loaned him some money, for him to go to commissary and get certain things he wanted, which is crazy, because the Sereno couldn't get the money he needed to go to commissary from the Serenos. So he went to a black dude, got the money from him, So then now, they turn around and the Sereno makes a knife and he gives it to the black dude, and he tells the black dude, yo, see if you can sell this for me, but don't let my people know I gave it to you because you know I'm not allowed to deal with you much just selling knives. So he takes the knife, he sells the knife, and he gives all the money to the Sureno, and the Sureno said, all right, I'm going to get you, let me pay this debt off from when we got high over the weekend, and then I'm going to get you. So a week go by, 2 weeks go by, the Sureno still ain't paying for his commissary, and he still ain't paying for the knife that, you know, he sold, and he's supposed to get a PC out the knife sale. So now the black dude, the GD, he gets pissed off. He's like, nah, you know, gunshots, gunshots, gunshots. I don't care how cool or how tight we are. And ain't no police gonna stop nothing. I don't care how many of them coming, what's going on. It's gonna be gunshots if you think you're not gonna give me my money. So now, before he could put his hands on the Sureno, you know, he had to go to the Sureno shot caller and, you know, let him know that he owed him money. That's all he had to do was say, look, your man owe me some money. He ain't paying me, and I'm trying to see him. You know, if you don't pay me my money, I'm letting you know I'm going to see him. So either y'all get this right, get me my money, or I'm going to see him, you know. And, of course, the Sureno told him, no problem. I'll take care of it, you know. Let me holler at him, and I'll hear what he got to say, and then we see what's going on. But if he owe you, I guarantee you that he'll pay you. So now the black dude took it a step further. He said, nah, not only do he owe me, you know what I mean? He sat here, and I sold a knife for him. He ain't break me off for the knife that I sold for him, you know. We got some dope together. I gave him some stamps because he said he was going to use the money that I gave him to go to the commissary, but he used it to get some dope, and he owed me money for the dope that we've been getting high with. He owed me money for the knives. Let me get the wheel screeching so you understand what that sound was. You know, let's get it going. All right, because now I'm riding. You know what I mean? So now check it, right? Big violation. A big violation, you know? Because now what you did is you done snitched on this Sureno that's supposed to be your man, your homie on the law. I want to say man because people would jump on it like it's he cipher, monkey cipher stuff going on, and it ain't no he cipher, monkey cipher going on. So it's supposed to be his partner. You understand? And he done went and told him that he sold a knife for him, you know, he ain't give him a PC, and that he owed him money for dope because they been getting high together, and now he dragging him on it, and da-da-da-da. So now the Sureno'S is like, whoa. Pump the brakes. You telling me that he sold you a knife? And he's like, yeah, he sold me a God you now. He said, nah, I know he didn't do that. He said, nah, he gave me the knife and I sold the knife. He said, he gave you a knife? Big violation. Let me explain to y'all. That's why I say, you know, the game is to be sold, not told. Cash app on the screen. I don't care if it's $1, $2, $5, whatever. You understand? You know, make sure it says it was created in 2020 and there's no number one in my name Hall. It's just HALL. All right? Cash app back on the screen. Let's get this going, right? So now when dude says that, he said, he sold you a knife. You know? So the reason why that's the number one violation in prison is because that knife that the Sureno gave to the black guy to sell, the black guy sold it to another black guy. Is what it's supposed to be, because if he sold to somebody outside the race of the blacks, now he'll be in double violation again. You know? So now, because that same knife that the Sureno gave the black dude take the knife and he sold it to one of, you know, the black homies, you know, and by law, he's supposed to only sell it to the GDs. He can't even sell it to a dude from New York, dude from Miami, you know, California. It has to be a GD because you don't take, that's like putting a gun, you know what I mean, in your enemy's hands. You know, even for a conversation is a violation. Pay attention. I know y'all ain't even hear nothing like this because y'all out here sitting back on YouTube trying to get the real and get mixed stories. But I'm giving it to you real 100. And you check what I'm saying with anybody because that's how official mine's. If I don't respond to the trolls and rat bastards because they're fugazi with no stories, but I got them all. All right? So now, when you do that, if the black dude sell the knife to another GD and then that GD get into it with a Sureno, that same knife that came from the hands of a Sureno and went in the hands of a GD dude would now go in the neck of a black man. I mean, another Sureno. You understand what I'm saying? And it was created from the Sureno'S. So that's why it's a violation. So right there, they ready to punish him, And then don't forget, he even told them that they was getting high. So he's like, yeah, we've been getting high in the cell. You know what I mean? He used his money. I gave him money, help him go to the store because y'all wouldn't give him nothing. He's like, whoa, he told y'all that we wouldn't give him no money to go to the store? Which they wouldn't, because they got tired of him getting high, didn't want to give him nothing to go get high. So he's like, yeah. He's like, oh, so he told you our business. He sold a knife to you. You know what I mean? And then you telling me that y'all was getting high together, meaning y'all was sharing a needle together? And he's like, yeah, you know what I mean? But that's my man. That's why I don't know why he played me. Black GD dude was green as hell. No disrespect to the GDs. We just talking about this individual. So now he turns around and he's like, nah, dog. You know what I mean? He done sold you a knife, got high with you and told you our business that we had him on punishment and wouldn't give him no money because he was taking the money, getting high and doing bullshit. He said, yeah. He said, all right, we got that. So they go back and, of course, you know what I mean? Cash App on the screen, because it's a straight game. You know what I mean? Respect the hustle. That's why I've been slowing down on my videos, because y'all don't respect the hustle. Some do. And matter of fact, let me call out the names of some that do, because I definitely, you know what I mean, do still get, the people that respect the game. Big shout out to Juan, Brandon Tolson, Derek Easterday, Kevin, Dino, Bravo, you know what I mean? And Mons Madison, Now, I just want to say that. Give the people the props. Give them a round of applause. Give them a round of applause for respecting the hustle. Gunshots to the rat bastards that don't, but still got their rat bastard cash apps up on the screen when you go to their channel, but they got a problem with me letting it be known that my game is to be sold, not told, because they got something to tell you that ain't worth crap. You know what I mean? So they can't ask for nothing. But anyway, so let's go. So the Sureno'S went and punished. They punished their Sureno homie. You know what I mean? They punished them, And then after they punished him, ran him up top, I mean, I ain't gonna front. They damn near killed him. They did something that we call in the prison, Cash App on the screen, for reason for that is because I'm giving y'all jewels. They airlifted him. Airlift is when there's no local hospital close enough to be driven to save your life from where the wound is within your body from getting this steel put in you. That's to you youngins. You can't picture a phantom what it's like to feel that cold steel piercing your skin. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't want you to. That's why I say don't break the law. Don't go. Stop it. Don't say I didn't tell you, because these might, to the rat bastards and trolls, they'll say, oh, he's glorifying. He's blah, 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 blah. Anything to distract you from the message of not violating the law and staying in the school and off the street. All right? So you rat bastard can correct me for, I got to get gunshot, say rat bastard. So you rat bastard correct me for, say, and stuttering on my words. Because they look for anything to talk about, because they have nothing to talk about. So they say, oh, you got 60,000 subscribers. Oh, yeah, and I want to thank everybody for getting me to 60,000 subscribers. Y'all deserve a round of applause. Whoever's watching, calm down, man. Let me talk to the people. Let me talk to the people that's not subscribed. Whoever's not subscribed, what I ask you to do right now is subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. You know what I mean? If you don't send the Cash App, subscribe first, then the like, and then the emoji. I like the little fist. But whatever emoji you like, just put some emojis for comments to show me that you feeling the content, even if you don't want to say words. Okay? But anyway, they punished dude, they airlifted him. They flew him all the way over here to some hospital, And we watched the helicopter from the yard taking this Sureno over the yard to try and save his life. You know what I mean? And all that because he mixed with a black man, No, he cipher, monkey cipher stuff. I'm talking about just hustling with him and getting high with him. And they was even eating in the cell together. The black dude was cool. Well, they all eat the pork chops. No, not the pork chops. My bad. Sorry for saying that. They all eat the, the chicken, And the black dudes will deep fry the chicken, and they love it deep fried. Everybody love deep fried chicken. So the black dude would, eat the chicken and give him some of the chicken, and they ate together, and the black dude told them all that. So they airlifted their man out of there, damn near killed him. So then next thing you know, the Sureno'S pull up on the GD shot call, and they say, look, this is what's going down. Our man violated our code. You understand? And he was getting high with your man. He told him my business, and, whatever else I said, all that is, that's a no-no, and we handle our business. He said, yeah, he sold him a knife. You know what I mean? So the black dude like, what? And like, yeah. I said, well, you did the right thing, airlifted him. He said, okay, well, we cleaned our car. That's called cleaning the car. I know this all new to you. That's why I keep saying the Cash App up here. You rat bastard don't want to hear. Say, oh, you ain't supposed to ask for a Cash App. Nigga ask for what he want. Nigga take what he want. You know what I mean? Can't get my hands in your pockets, so I got to ask for it. Just joking. Just having fun. All right? But now, so the black dude said, nah. So then the Sureno said, yeah. Well, he told us that he sold, a knife for my man, that my man gave him a knife. And he told us that they was getting high together. And he told him that, he borrowed money from him. So the GD said, hold up, that's a lot of telling you accusing my man of. You know what I mean? And he's like, well, that's what happened. He said, all right, so the GD called their man over there in front of the shot caller, and he said, yo, what happened with you and the little Sureno you was hanging with? So he said, nah, he owed me some money. You know what I mean? And, I went to the shot callers to let them know he owed me some money. He said, okay, well, you did the right thing. He said, okay, but now, Mr. Sureno, tell him, what you told me. You know what I mean? So he ain't gonna repeat what the Sureno told me. He said that way if you want to back out, he back out. He said, tell him what you told me. He said, man, you got high with my man. You sold him a knife. Well, you sold the knife that he gave you, and he borrowed money, from you, and he was eating with you and so on. So the dude said, yeah. So he said, hold up, you saying yeah, meaning you actually went and told them what you and this man was doing. So you ratted to the Sureno'S on a Sureno. And he said, no, I went to the Sureno'S to let him know that his man owed me. He said, yeah, but all this other stuff where you told him about you sold a knife for him, you always getting high together. He said, what does that have to do with you trying to get your money? Does it matter why he owed you the money? And he said, nah. He said, okay, so then why did you tell him that he owed you the money? Nah, I wanted to get my money and let him know that. He said, ho. You know what I mean? He said, right there. You know what I mean? The GD looked over at, two of his security and looked at him and turned his back on him. Next thing you know, they mauled him. You know what I mean? Airlifted his ass out of there for telling. Just for telling, so you youngins watching this understand how serious this telling is when you enter that world that you heading towards because you steady breaking the law and knocking on the penitentiary's door. Yo, they punished this bad man so bad, they had to get a second helicopter. You know what I mean? And then after they punished them, it was a joke on the compound that I bet you the two of them in the same hospital room together, sharing the same life support. That was a joke. That they both in the same hospital sharing the same life support. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, that's how heartless it is where nobody even cares about you. After 2-3 days, we forgot the whole damn incident. And every once in a while, dude would, mention, yo, what happened to such and such? I ain't seen him. And then dude said, oh, they sharing the life support over there, in the hospital next town over. Because they both had to be airlifted for violating. But you can't go in the penitentiary and tell on your man, tell on the enemy, can't tell on nobody. You know what I mean? Ain't no telling allowed. If you tell, you get the knife in you. Period. Cut, blank, and that's it. You understand what I'm saying? Now, so you understand, right? The blacks crushed their own for telling the Sureno what their Sureno brother was doing. He didn't violate anything by going to the Sureno's to let him know that he was owed But when he went to the Sureno'S to say, I'm owed because I sold a knife that your brother gave me to sell to one of my brothers that could potentially come back to stab one of your brothers, and I want my money. You see how stupid that sounds? I try to break it down in layman's terms so y'all understand, but that's just how crazy it is. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to tap out. You understand? I'm going to tap out right now, but I want y'all to know whatever it is y'all want me to talk about, whatever is in the news, or you want my opinion from an OG prison street code perspective, send me it to my phone number that's on the screen, 917-680-9091. That's it right there. That number works. I do answer. If I'm busy, I don't, but I do return calls. People will tell you. And I do definitely respond texts when I get, someplace come through. Because when I'm in the street, I'm not going to be stopping talking about I'm texting nobody or I'm answering no phone, lottie-dottie on the phone in the middle of Harlem or Bronx or Brooklyn. You know what I mean? And got my mind ain't right. You know what I mean? On my surroundings. Wrong, nigga. You know what I mean? But for that, I want to thank y'all for tapping in, man. Let me tap out. Make sure y'all buy the book of Roy and Harlem. Download your videos and audio at Roku.com. Go watch them at your Roku and download the videos at, iTunes or iRadio, whatever, iHeartRadio, I think it's called, wherever it is. Y'all do what you got to do, man. And y'all make sure... I'm gonna give a lover dog story tomorrow. I feel like telling about, this lover dog ass cat that I had to deal with. I couldn't believe he was so be-whipped that he even went out like that. But you know what it is, man. All right.
Cheers. Toast the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be whoring uptown, Dominican bust down. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish there. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the rudiments.